Good morning. Well, I hope my next blog sends a positive message to you all. It will come when you are ready. Have you ever came across something that just didn't make any sense? Like perhaps a saying or maybe a philosophy about something you just didn't understand. Then years later, you come across it again, but this time it makes sense and you know what it means now. That happened to me recently and it was so weird. As many of you probably know, I've been a student and philosopher of the law of attraction for many years. And like anything, it takes experience and time to become more proficient really about anything. The law of attraction, or law of the universe, as some say, is relatively simple in theory. We are kind of like a reflective mirror. We get more back of what we put out. And we can see this example all around us. As I have explained before, the simplest analogy is the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean money rich. It can mean rich in happiness, success, anything positive. Happy people generally get more happy, and sad people more sad. You can really use this philosophy for any adjective, but more begets more. Understanding it is relatively easy, but applying it is what we can find challenging. In a recent blog, I talked about how do we get there from where we are here. A little faith, patience, and persistence is key, but most importantly, being aware and practicing. You'll get there when you're ready. This is an interesting story. 9 years ago, I picked up an Eckhart Tolle book, A New Earth. I had heard of him before from Oprah and heard all kinds of great things about this wonderful spiritual teacher. I thought this would be a good book for me to show me the ways of this newly discovered law of attraction. Well, I tried and tried to get through this book, but it was like written in Greek to me. So, talking about living in the now, banishing the ego, and other things that made no sense to me. I grew more frustrated trying to better myself than before I started trying. So I gave up. A few months ago, I came across this book again, 9 years later, while I was looking for another book in one of my boxes. I remembered how I couldn't understand or retain anything from my reading attempts, but thought that I'd give it another try because I knew Eckhart was an authentic and one of the best spiritual teachers the world has known. I was also interested to see if 9 years later I had learned and understood more about life. As I delved in, it was remarkable. I was finally ready to receive all of the great advice Eckhart had to offer. And I couldn't put the book down. I've made a lot of progress since I began living with this philosophy. And although we are always a work in progress, I feel it has worked wonderfully for me. Every day, I feel full of gratitude and try to live in the presence of the moment. Too often, we preoccupy our time with the woes of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow, and we miss the value of finding beauty in the present. Awareness will clear your path, and practice will pave the way. Good luck, and God bless.